I'd just like to welcome everybody here on behalf of the Narrabri Pistol Club to the 26th Small Bore Pistol Australia Small Bore National and Field Pistol National Championships.
Now I'm here on behalf of our Mayor Ron Campbell, who unfortunately couldn't be here today, but he does send his apologies and wishes you all the best for a very successful championship. I would like to now officially declare the 26th Pistol Australia Metallic Silhouette 100 metre Small Bore and Field Pistol National Championships officially opened. Thank you.
You've been shooting and spotting for each other. How's the teamwork together?
Oh, look, we work well together. We never argue or fight.
Yeah.
It's really important, the spotter, that you listen to the spotter because they're seeing it through the scope and directing you maybe a little up, little down, little right, little left. And so you've got to give clear communication, and you've also got to absorb that and use it and change up your aim point.
Yes, we help each other out and we do listen to each other. Yeah, we make a great team.
We do, yes. Mummy and daughter.
And how's your competition going for both of you? You pretty happy with the way you're shooting?
Annie shot a really, really good field pistol yesterday. First ever match at 19. We're absolutely stoked.
Yeah, because you guys are quite new to metallic silhouette. You've come from rifle. You had to go down in Canberra at the big bore, and now you're having to go here at the small bore. It's a fun competition.
Oh, most definitely, yes. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's all family here, so
yeah, we come for the social scene.
Yeah.
We're not overly competitive as long as we improve all the time. We're here because we just have such a fantastic time. Yeah.
And there's been some nice dinners each night. All the competitors are meeting up somewhere and having a meal together and just
Yes.
discussing life in general and camaraderie.
Yes.
yes.
No, it's very social.
How's your comp going?
It's not doing too bad. Had production yesterday. It fell apart on me, unfortunately. Shot the wrong target in the wrong range, so there goes me 40. But I ended up with 36. The nerves got to me after that, but the wind was ruthless.
36 is still a good score. Yesterday was really tough with that strong headwind coming in. It was making
Everyone
the
was having
projectiles
trouble with the wind.
Yeah, it was making the projectiles drop as the wind sort of comes over the bank here and just.
Yeah, well, the wind heading down the range also lifts the bullet as well. So there's a lot of people who are shooting over the top, and then also your crosswind when you're standing, especially. You're sort of holding yourself up on your toes, and then the wind will change and push you back.
Yeah, tough condition. Much better today though. It's quite calm conditions, not too much gusty breeze.
Yeah, it's a bit of a Queensland weather today with the humidity, isn't it?
That's all right though.
But it's good. At least there's no wind.
So Mary, you've been involved with the Pistol Club for a long time. You've seen a lot of changes across your time.
Yes, I have. I've been involved since about 1974. At that stage, we didn't have a clubhouse. We went out to Weewar and pulled down a school demountable bit by bit, and we brought it back and we built a clubhouse here. And the other thing is that we didn't have turning targets, and what somebody had to do, they had a timer, and they'd pull a handle, and this is for rapid fire and sport pistol. And so if they were a bit slow, we got a bit extra, and if not, well, that was a bit of tough luck.
It was all about the how quick you pulled the handle for the
Exactly
turning
right.
target. So it might be 4 seconds, it might be 5 seconds.
That's
just
right.
depending on what-
Whoever was the fittest got the short straw.
And the old clubhouse, I was here 2 years ago, the demountable that you got from Wee War, it was 40-something years old, probably even older, and paint was peeling off. It had a wonderful character, but you've got two very good grants through the state government and the local council, and you've got a brand new club room, kitchen, and awning area here for all the members to use.
Yeah, we've been very lucky in that, and we were lucky to get the grants, which we really appreciate. And the Lions ladies who do our catering at the moment, they're absolutely ecstatic that they've got a really nice kitchen to work in.
Yeah, they're saying it's a bit cooler in there because of the nice insulation, and it's a nice new clean floor and stainless steel benches. Some of the ladies have been coming for more than 30 years.
Yes, they have. They've a lot of people sort of didn't know what it was like out here, but because we don't actually stop during the match, people come and go, and they've got really, really friendly with them, which is what we're all about.
And yourself, you're not competing at the moment, you've just got your licence back, but you were quite a good shot back in a few years ago?
I used to do a lot of shooting, then we went to Sydney with the buyback, and then grandchildren, I decided not to do it for a while, but I do have my licence back, and I probably will start again. But I used to enjoy, I was team manager once, which was really interesting as well.
And what's your favourite matches? Because you've got quite a few different ranges here. You can try quite a few different matches.
I used to only do ISSF, but I did do other ones, bigger ones with the guys. But I do like silhouette, and I think the reason I like it is because you've got a spotter. It's not just on your own, which I think makes a difference. And I find that they're just all so friendly, and they just help each other out.
Yeah, for shooting being a very individual sport, that's the true team sport part is the metallic silhouette, where you've got to work very closely with your spotter, you've got to listen to the instructions, and then you've got to try and change your aim point based on what you're being fed.
That's right, and if you've got a really good spotter, it really does help. But most of them have been shooting for so long that they really get to know their spotter, which is really important.
You just knocked the rail down in the shoot off for production. Now, tell me what happened here. You were shooting on bank A2, and then all of a sudden a couple blew over and you had to go across to C2?
Yeah, it was a little bit confusing there for a second which bank to go on, and I actually lined up on another pig on B bank and happened to see the chicken disappear, so I thought, I better keep going over. So I went over to the furthest one, and Yuli said, yeah, that Loomy, and I was lucky to get him.
So you got the last two on the C bank
on
after
the C
a
bank,
couple got blown down.
Two banks over, so yeah, pretty awesome, and I'm over the moon.
Oh, really good to recover from that, because all of a sudden, wait a minute, what am I shooting?
It does throw a little spanner in the works, but it gets your mind going a different way. But once again, you've just got to watch that sight and trigger control, squeeze it, and it paid off.
First place production, well done.
Thanks very much.
Kirsten, you're getting heckled a little bit by the New South Wales team here. What's going on?
Yeah, well, it's the pressure. They know that I can beat them. Maybe not today, but yes, it's possible.
You've just done standing. How was your competition running?
That was probably pretty average, but a little bit down, generally because of the wind, I think, but everybody's got the same conditions, so, just got to work with it.
Your competitions this morning are going quite well also?
38 in production, so one of the better shooters has always said, like, shoot your best match in the worst conditions, and I'd looked up the conditions and it was supposed to be the windiest today, so in the afternoon, so I thought, well, I'll do production, but yeah, that's okay.
And a challenge to get here from Queensland, you've had to sort of skirt around quite a bit of flooded area. It took you a lot longer to get here, but fantastic to be at the Nationals.
Yes, if it had been another sort of a day or two earlier, we would have been in trouble, but we came down through Warwick and then Gundawindi and down through to Moree, which was pretty much the only way open to us, so yeah, big potholes, lots of trucks.
But fantastic to be at a national championship.
Absolutely, great to be here and great to have some sunshine.
Tell me how you went today. You not your best standing, but you beat someone by 1 point to get the bragging rights.
Yeah, that's well, Scotty shot his worst standing ever, so you got to be able to skite about something that the world's best standing shooter, you know, at the current, beating him by 1 point.
It's been tough conditions. Today's much better than yesterday.
Oh, a lot better, and yeah, shot unlimited yesterday, and a bit of breeze come up and blew us around a bit just at the last on the Rams, and day one, well, that was a bit of a disaster for wind conditions.
Oh, it was coming in strong from the right straight into your face and making it hard.
Well, it was from behind on Saturday, and it was blowing in hard. Yeah, so it made it a bit difficult.
So you've been reflecting a bit on your career, your championships. Yeah, tell us about it.
I think I'm past it, to be honest. See, in 2014 and 15, I was winning world championships in standing, and of course I've got no facilities for practice, and plus getting older, I'm slowly creeping downhill.
But you're still enjoying it.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of, well, when you go out to shoot, it's absolute 100% energy, effort. You come up with mentally tired, but you're doing your best.
We're here with David Dewsbury and Judy Harding, the national coach and national team manager of the Metallic Silhouette team heading to Sweden this year for the World Championships. David, what are your expectations?
My expectations, Noel, that the team will do well. I've spoken to a couple of the team members and I think they're pretty well prepared. It's just a matter of getting in there and being, getting into the championship. I think the guys are going. Obviously, you haven't had a lot of on-the-ground match practice in Australia, but the scores that have been shot here this weekend of the national titles, my expectations are, Noel, as I said, I think they'll do well.
And David, you've been appointed as a national coach. It's the first time we've had one. It's not just coaching the national team and working with Judy to make sure everything goes well, but it's also about identifying youngsters and looking for the future stars that come into the national team. How's it going so far?
Well, it started off a little bit, I had to get my head around actually what I was trying to achieve out of all this, Noel, and I think I've taken under my wing two young fellas from my own club in Narrabri, and they've actually shown that they're listening and their first national championships. But I think, all in all, I think my goal is to have a second tier under the Australian team to bring those shooters to the level of where they can be part of the national squad that actually goes away.
And that's one of the main reasons we approved the position and selected yourself, to make sure it's not just about helping the national team, but it's about finding those people for the future. Not just relying on them turning up, but going and identifying them.
Yeah, and look, I think that there are, and you know, Judy and I have spoken about this, and there are people out there that are just hanging off, that probably need a little bit of support from the coaching side of it. And the coaching side of it's not just going to be me. There is also the input from you know, the mental health training, the physical fitness sort of thing that I think not only the guys at the top are lacking, and I think that whoever and whatever it needs to be given to these guys to promote and make their increase their level of their scores and whatever else. I mean, that's what I'm here for, and I think that the shooters in the second tier, I call them, will have nothing but the ability to be able to get to that top level.
And Judy, one of our most experienced team managers. This is going to be an interesting trip, isn't it? Sweden, borders still closed, everything that has to be done. How's it all going?
Yes, it's starting out well. The hardest part is probably coordinating everything, seeing as nobody lives together. We all live in different states and spread out around the countryside. So at least at this Nationals, we've managed to get together for a little while and talk about things and what we're going to do, and flights and paperwork and whatnot. But the Swedish side of it hasn't been cooperating all that well as yet, because yes, things are still a bit up in the air over there, so we don't really know.
And it's an interesting situation. Not many people will be aware that you can't fly through London with firearms and ammunition, can you?
No, you can't. That's right. So we always have to find somewhere else to go. Last time we went to Sweden, it was actually Sydney, Singapore, Helsinki and back to Stockholm. Now at least we can go straight to Dubai to Stockholm, so that cuts down about 20 hours flying time. Last time all of us were just absolutely knackered by the time we got there. It was 47 hours, I think.
It's an interesting thing. I'm sure there's very few people, unless they've travelled with firearms, have any idea that's a restriction in London, and it makes it very difficult from a travelling point of view, with Europe being the major destination all the time.
That's right.
No. How do you expect the team will go this year?
Well, like David, I think they will do extremely well. Yes, they're all shooting quite well, even Kim being our oldest member. Even though he mightn't shoot well at home here sometimes, he can go overseas and pull out the top scores that are required when they're needed. So yes, I have every faith in all of them to shoot to their best.
And it's a good group together. You can see that in the team meeting we held before this interview, that everybody gets on well and works well together.
We've all got a good rapport amongst us. We've known each other for so long now that, yes, no, we do get on well.
Timmy Anderson, you've turned up at the Saturday night dinner here at the Metallic Silhouette and Small Bore National Championships, and you've got a piece of bling on your finger which is very, very special looking. Can you tell us all about it and how you got it?
Well, the ring, in 2000 I won the World Championships at Brisbane, small ball, aggregate, and I won the revolver in big bore as well. Anyway, Rob Boucher, our team manager at the time, said to me, he said, look, how about in 2021 going to America? And I said, oh, maybe. I said, I need to go back and win this ring. And of course this ring was very special over there, because no one in Australia had ever taken a ring out of America from Metallic Silhouette. So anyway, it goes back over and in the small ball, and in the small ball aggregate, I won the ring. So to me, it's very special, because I'm the only one that's taken one of these rings out of America, off the Americans.
And it's personalised. I mean, you see the rings, they get them for the National Hockey League, they get them for the basketball, the baseball,
yep.
gridiron, the American football, the Super Bowl,
Yep.
they get the ring. So this is in that same sort of tradition.
Well,
It's actually got your name on it.
It's got my name on and everything. And it's a funny thing, they said to me over there, look, Tim, do you want the ring or we'll give you $800 America or the ring? I said, why hell, I want the ring. I want the bragging rights to take back to Australia. That was my pride and joy.
Yeah, and so what year did you win it?
2001.
2001, okay. Yeah.
And
So
that was
pride and joy, and obviously here at a national championship, you deservedly wear it out. And
I
to the dinner.
only wear it at Pistol Australia functions,
Yeah.
at the national. That's the only time I wear it because
Yeah.
I reckon I've earned it, wear it. And I think for the younger shooters to show them what can be done and what can be won if you put your mind to it.
Absolutely. I mean, nobody gets a world championship without a lot of hard work and dedication and commitment to the sport. So to get there, you can inspire the younger generation on what they need to do.
That's right, you know, and it's not only me, I hope I do inspire the younger generation that's coming up that look at what I've done. They can do it. But it wasn't for my family, my wife, and that stood behind me and all the times that I left them at home and the training I had to do and that I would never have achieved what I've achieved over the years. And the achievements I've had many achievements. I've represented Australia on many occasions over the last few years, and it's an honour to have this ring, and it's very precious to me.
Yeah, to pull on the green and gold and represent your country, and then go and come back with something that's unique. As you said, nobody else in this country's got one.
Well, put the green and gold on. That's a really something that you pull the green. You're special. You go out through the airport, you're wearing your colours, and you feel special, and you represent your country. And to represent your country is a great honour. And I can still remember in 2000 when I won the World Championships at Brisbane, to stand up on that podium and, excuse me, and let them play the national anthem up behind me. That was something that just I'll never forget.
Yeah, it's something that's many athletes to stand up on the podium and have your national anthem played is maybe one of the most memorable moments in your career.
It's a very humbling moment because I remember when they played the national anthem for me, I had a job to contain myself.
Yeah.
And because all my hard work that I put into the sport over that time, it was just all come in at that moment that I really achieved it.
Yeah, the emotion just comes out of you.
It just comes out of you.
It's wonderful. It's
like
it's
a weight
wonderful scenes.
come off your shoulder.
Yeah, but it's like what the crowd wants to see as well. They love to see the emotion on the athlete's face and what it means so much to them to win a world championship.
Well, even now I still get emotional. I still get emotional about it. When I look back and stand up there with the green and gold on, that's just it. You can't describe it.
And it's fantastic. You're still competing strongly in the sport. You won in 2001. Here we are in 2022, and you're the first person to shoot a possible 40 in the national championships. I mean, that's a very proud moment as well.
That's really a personal achievement. When like yesterday when I laid down and I was a bit nervous, a bit unsure of myself when I lay down because I am 72. I'm not a young spring chicken. And I thought, I'll just lay down and shoot my best. And the targets were going down and everything was coming together. I said, well, Tim, you know, you can do this. So I got the last 5 targets. Then when what they call the Baku rock sets in, or all the thoughts come into you and the sights start wobbling around, I said, no, hang on, take a breath. You can do it.
It's when all your experience comes to the fore, doesn't it? Because you've done it so many times in the past, and you've got to then draw on those experiences, say, I can still do this. Doesn't matter, you know, I've been in the sport for a long time, I can still do this.
Yeah, I can do this. Settle down, just like practice at home. Take a deep breath. You can do it. Watch that sight. You can do it. It's yours, Tim. Get hungry. Get it. And I did it.
So with that, I declare it closed, and please drive safe. Take care. See ya.